Right, you lot, and this week it's another tier list. Nobody care. Right, now this tier list was actually requested by Horny Harvey. He looked me in the eyes with his daunting face and went, Lewis, you better bloody make this. So I did. So today we're doing VA student power levels to think in the world of fighting. And I'm thinking this like a boxing ring. Like if they were to step into the ring, how would they perform? And I mean against someone from our school. I'm not saying if you put Harvey in a ring with Floyd Mayweather, how would he do it more? If you put Harvey against Liston, how would he do that? That's the idea. So in this, I've included all of the year 10s, all of the year 11s, some of the sixth form students, and a few old friends who are off in college now, just to kind of pad out the spaces. So yeah, here let's go for the tiers. So we've got the GOAT. Only one can go in that tier. So whoever I deem best, because if there's two in the GOAT, then you've got to earn that title. And we got almost there. These are the people that genuinely have potential to challenge the GOAT and beat everyone above them, basically. And we got skills, that's potential. There's something there. You see a spark, like they could do something, but they would lose to anybody in the top two categories. And we got meh. Just they're not awful, but there's not much going from them really. Then we got not good enough, and then we got retire. And the first one is Harvey. Wow, he's first on the list. I'm putting Harvey in almost there, and I'll explain when we get to the person I put in the GOAT. But Harvey, he's obviously the strongest. I think his durability is important, stamina, mentality. I think he's got a lot going forward. I just think on height and reach is where he might lose. But I think on defensive wise, he's definitely up there. I mean, he's solid. Then we got on Poppy. Meh. No, I'm gonna put her in not good enough. Unfortunately, I feel like I know it's a bit unfair because there's not many women in our school, but I thought if I didn't include them, you lot would call me out. But yeah, I think that sums up. We got Sam. Where am I gonna put Sam? Okay, I think Sam can take a punch. I think he's got. I think the big issue for Sam is obviously going to be stamina. I don't know how many rounds he could last. I think he'd do all right defensively, but he doesn't throw a lot. Um, Meh for Sam, I think. Then we got Ethan Me, a guy who I think tactically could kind of perform against someone, and tactically could face Harvey, but I think he's got skills, definitely. I'm going to put him here, but I think he would lose to some of the higher categories just due to power. But I think he's got the strength and he's got that surprise factor to him. Then we got me. I'm going to put myself in not good enough. I mean, I've lost to Sam like in I fight, and I just wouldn't back myself based on power. I think I would try my hardest. I think willpower and stuff. I think I could last a few rounds, but unfortunately, I think I would probably lose to Sam in a fight. So I'm gonna have to put myself there. Right, then we got Phoenix. I'm putting him here, right, because I think he's Harvey, but with better reach and height. He's got nice power. We've seen him actually fight people. And I know his opponents when he's a bit like Jake Paul is fighting like opponents who aren't exactly all there, the likes of Noah and Theo, who aren't exactly challenger. I actually didn't put Theo on this list or Noah, but I think we both know where they're going. And we got the Liston. Controversial. I'm going to put Liston in the got skills but has potential to. I think Liston's big advantage is obviously his height. He's a very tall lad. He's very durable, but I think when it comes to actual technique and power, he's got nothing. So I think it would more be. I think he could go toe on toe with Ethan, and I think Ethan tactically could beat him, but then he could also beat Ethan. So that's why I've got them on the same level. Then we got Ainsley. Ainsley, I'm gonna put him in almost there. I think Ainsley's a bit more like a mini Phoenix in the sense that he's got a lot of power, and if you watch him in martial arts, he's probably, I think, the strongest puncher. Like he went toe on toe with Harvey in when they were trying to do the power pads on Friday, so that's why I put him there. But he's got a lot of strength, and I would fear him. So I think he's got that. But the issue would be, I think he would get tired quite instantly. But I think he could go toe on toe with Harvey. And we got Dylan McDonald. I'm bloody courses at the tire. Right, we got Luke Mayer. I'm gonna put Luke Mayer in the Meh category. I think he's not got a lot of skill. or willpower. I think he's someone who's kind of arrogant as well. He reminds me a bit of like an Alex Sabi, or like a Foozy Tube, where like they think they're better than they are. But I think he would get shown up by put up to everyone. I think he could beat me, but I think Sam would give him a good fight. He'd lose to Liston or Ethan or Ainsley or Hartley, so he's got to be there. Right, then we got Connor Hamid. I'm going to put Connor Hamid in the skills tier. I think Connor Hamid, you can't underestimate him. He's beat Liston in an arm wrestle before, so he's got strength. But I do think, I don't know what technique he's got, and I think he would kind of lose on strategy. I think, but then again, Liston's got no technique either. So I think they're on the same level. Then we got Luke, the small Bennett. Got skills or meh? I'm struggling to place this one. All right, here's what he's got for him. He's got very good speed, very good reaction time, decent fight, but of course he has lost to Harvey in a battle. And I think could he go? I think he would lose to Liston. I think if he really tried, he could. But I'm gonna put him. He's like top. He's above Sam though. He's a tier. I'm gonna put him here. But he's like an in between because I think he could probably beat Sam, but I think he'd lose to everyone in that above tier. So this is fraud. Lily, I'm sorry. Right, we got Dylan Johnson. Yeah, also. Right, then we got Mr. Omar Stevenson. The guy, I think, he'd be one of the most boring boxers in terms of entertainment value. I mean, in a press conference, what's he going to bloody say? But I do think he's got natural ability. I think on natural ability, he's in the almost there category because he trains a lot, and I think he would take it quite seriously. So I think he could go toe on toe with Harvey and Ainsley, but couldn't beat Phoenix. Then we got Raph. I'm going to put Raph in there because I don't think he could beat anyone above him. You look at Raph, you think that's to retire, but actually he's got some strength, and when he's really like into it, you can see him going toe to toe with somebody. But the issue is, of course, his height, and he's going to get obliterated by most people because he's not got the power of a Harvey, he's not got the height of a Liston, so he's just sort of doesn't have a lot of technique either. He's a meh. Then we got Hodge. I'm going to put Hodge in almost there. I think Hodge does oversell themselves quite a bit. I think they are got the power, but I don't know if Hodge would take it seriously enough. Hodge is a bit like the Logan Paul of this, I think. Then we got Bruh. Bruh, meh. I'm gonna go for. Or has he got skills? No, because I don't. I think the issue with Bruh obviously is I mean, you could probably blow him and he'd fall over. I think he's got some power, but I do think he's not got a lot of willpower. I think he would give up quite easily. So that's why he's on Met. I think he could go toe to toe with everyone in the Met category. I think he would too beat me. Mitchell Holland, I'm sorry. I'm sorry. Right, then we got Oren. I'm putting on almost there as well. I think Oren is probably the closest to taking on Phoenix because he's just naturally very strong, got great height, great strength and power. And I do think that would be that's a fight I'd love to see, but I would put Phoenix above him slightly because Phoenix has a killer instinct that I think Oren might lack. Right, then we got Reese Wiesner. I'm gonna put him in the not good enough category. I think he would try, but I think if I thought I could beat Reese, I reckon. So Reese is a retire actually. Right, then we got Lakili. I'm gonna put Lakili in there. I think Lakili's obvious advantage is his height and but he's got no skill. He's got speed, sort of. He can run away from the opponent, but I think he'd get knocked out. I don't know how seriously he'd take it. He might start talking about like Go Jets or something halfway through, so I can't do that. And the final one is Ellis. Again, he's an almost there, isn't he? He's Ellis. I'm gonna put him got skills actually because the problem with Ellis, right, is that I don't know how seriously he'd take it. Like, he wouldn't be bothered. I don't think. Like on natural punch and power, I think he's on par with an Ainsley or an Omar, but you know what? No, he's got to be in there. So the GOAT is Phoenix, and almost there we got Oren, Harvey, Ainsley, Omar, Hodge, and Ellis. Got skills, Ethan, Liston, Connor Hamid. Meh, we got Luke, Sam, Bruh. But those three, we could put them up. Luke Mayer, Raf, Akili, not good enough, popping me, and then retire. Yeah. So yeah, that's the tier list of the definitive. No, obviously and that proves I'm not arrogant because I genuinely believe I would lose to everybody above me. I reckon I could beat Dylan McDonald, Dylan Johnson, Mitchell, Lilly, Reese, and give Poppy a game, and that's it. So yeah, disappointing I know, but I'm backing myself very low on this tier. Harvey, I hope you loved it.